This is the question asked in today's skillrack daily challenge. So in the first line of our input, we are given two integers which represents a coordinate in a graph, and in the next line we are given another graph. So these are the two given points, and now our task is to calculate the distance between these 2 points. So the formula to calculate the distance between 2 points is square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. So we shall apply when we apply the given values in the formula, let us see how we will be getting the values. So square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square. So x1 is equal to 4 and x2 is equal to 7. So x2 minus x1 is equal to 7 minus 4, which is equal to 3 square. So 3 square, and then plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. So here y1 is equal to 5 and y2 is equal to 6. So 6 minus 5 is equal to 1. So 1 square. So 3 square plus 1 square. So 3 square is 9 and 1 square is 1. So 9 plus 1 is equal to 10. So the value, that is the distance between these 2 points, is square root of 10. And the square root of 10 is 3.16. So this is the distance between these 2 points, 4, 5 and 7, 6. So in our output, we are printing the distance up to 2 decimal places. Now let us see how we will be defining the function named calculateDistance. So here first we are creating a structure named point, and this structure has two integer variables, an integer x and an integer y. And then in the main function we are creating three variables for the structure point, so p1, p2 and p3. And in the next line we are accepting two integers and we are storing it into p1.x and p1.y. And similarly in the next scanf statement we are accepting the x and y values for the point 2, and then we are calculating the distance between the point p1 and p2, and we are printing it up to 2 decimal precision places. So now our task is to define this function named calculateDistance so that we will be getting the correct output. So in the arguments of the function calculateDistance, we are passing the structure variables p1 and p2 as pointers. So now let us see how we will be defining the function named calculateDistance so that we will be getting the correct output. So this is the function named calculateDistance, and it is of return type double, and in the arguments it is accepting two pointers to the point structure, so point 1 and point 2. So first I am creating four integer variables named x1, x2, y1 and y2. So what we are going to do is, using the arrow operator, we are going to access the value of x and y in point 1 and point 2. So in the first variable x1, I am storing the x value of point 1. So using a arrow operator I am accessing it. So point 1 arrow x, and I am storing it into x1. Similarly, we have to store the x value of point 2 in the x2 integer variable. So in the next line we have to write a code for that. And then in the third line we have to access the y value of point 1. So in the integer y1 I am storing point 1 arrow y, and similarly we have to access the y value of point 2 and we have to store it in y2. So now we know the values of x1, x2, y1 and y2. So using the formula we can calculate the distance. So the formula is square root of x2 minus x1 the whole square plus y2 minus y1 the whole square. So within the square root I am calculating the square of x2 minus x1 and y2 minus y1, and I am adding it and I am returning the square root of it. And in the main function it will be formatted up to 2 decimal places and we will be printing the output. So this is how we can define the function named calculateDistance so that we will be getting the correct output. Thank you for watching.